Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Ex Libris. So this is Ex Libris set up as a two-player game. You'll notice I've left a lot of space on the table in the middle. That's going to get filled up relatively quickly. So the very first thing that happens is that we reveal as many locations that we can visit through the round as there are players. So this one is always the very first thing out, and then we add one more. In future rounds, we'll add 2 locations there. Then starting with the start player, they're going to place one of their pieces or their main piece, which in this case is the witch, in this case is the wizard, onto a location. The witch and the wizard, or any of the main pieces, don't really do a whole bunch except for what is written down in that bottom left corner of your card. And there's many cards that could be had, and there's different little figure that goes with each different type of card. You also have 6 cards to start with that look like that, and you have a focus card. So let's run through what you're doing and what you're trying to do. I think that the best way to understand what you're trying to do is to understand where the points are at the end of the game. They are listed along the top of this board. So firstly, there are points for the alphabetical order. So you will notice that each of the cards has a letter and then a number. So this is an H card, and then this is number 3 of 10, which means there are 10 H cards in the deck. This is the 3rd one. So realistically, if you have that down and you happen to have another H, if it's a number 4, you want it on that side, if it's number 2 on that side. But as you're building your shelves, you're going to need to place orthogonally adjacent to a card that you've just placed. So that is totally legal. That is legal. That is legal. That is legal. You could place a card there, but this one would be better suited to be placed up there because it's an E. This one could have been placed there. That one can still be placed there. So the limits on your shelf is that you can have 3 levels. There can be any distance going outwards, but there can only be 3 levels total. When you get to the end of the game, before you do any of the scoring, you're going to go through your shelves from the top left all the way down, making sure they're in alphabetical order and that they're in that number order if you have 2 of the same alphabetical letter. Any card that's been placed out of order, so let's say, for example, this one had been placed here, G doesn't belong there, you flip that over. It should be the first card that is out of order as you're looking from left to right, top to bottom. You do, before you do that check, have the opportunity to turn some cards over if you wish. Now what's going to happen is that any of these cards that are turned over, these markings on the top will not play into the scoring. Might be there. It's totally ignorable. You're then filling in on this erasable whiteboard how many books of each different type that you have, and that will be for everyone at the table to fill in on the same erasable sheet. You then count the largest rectangle you have managed to make on a stable shelf. So if that was the case, he would have 6 points because that makes up a rectangle 2 by 3. So you're looking for the largest stable rectangle within everything that you've set up, and it's a point per card that's in those shelves. Then you're getting points for the prominent work. So in this game, the green books are the most prominent work. So whoever has the most green books, this player has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the green books. Let's say he had the most, he would get 15 points for that. Whoever has second most would get 9 points, third most would get 4 points. Then you're losing a point per banned book. So in this game, it's the blue books. So he would have 1, 2, 3 of them. I don't like that G down there. I do apologize. I'll just put that back where it's supposed to be. So he has 3 of the banned books. So he would lose 3 points. Then you're looking at a variety bonus. What that is you've said how many books of each type you have. Your variety bonus is based on the smallest number that you have. So his smallest is either the monster manuals or the historic volumes, because there's 2 of each of them. So that's worth 3 points per book in your smallest grouping. So it's 6 points for him right there. Then they reveal and score their library focus. So this is this card here. The only person who can see that through the game is the actual player. Everyone else can't see that. So he would be looking for these. He's got 1, 2, 3 of them. And it's worth 2 points each. So it's another 6 points. And then you add them all up and the person with the highest score is the winner. And the tiebreaker is the person with the most books on their shelf. So that's kind of what you're working towards. How do we get there? I am so glad you asked. You have 3 guys to choose from. You can place those 3 guys. I'll pull these cards back in now because that's been explained. You can place those guys down the bottom here on your own board. And what that allows you to do is either draw another card into your hand for each guy that goes down there, or play 1 card out of your hand onto your bookshelf. And that will be the same for everyone's home board. The other options you have is you could send a guy up here to do or gain what is written on the text of that particular tile. So this is the Diviner's Hut, which is always there at the beginning. And what that allows you to do is draw 1 card for every assistant you have placed, and then take the first player token, which means if he puts that, he's only going to draw 1 card. If he has placed 2 assistants and then does that, he'll draw 3 cards. But the problem is there's only 1 space available for anyone to be able to use. So whoever goes there first will gain that. The other one to choose from is the auction house. Now, when that got dealt out, you'll notice there's a deal 3. So you should put 3 cards on top of that so you can see what types of cards they are. You will notice, if you look really closely, that there's a different symbol here and here. That's an automatic must happen straight away symbol. This symbol is the delayed effect symbol. And what happens is once everyone has played all of their guys out, then whatever that symbol is talking about happens. The way this one actually plays is if this player plays there, this player could play there. Once they've played there, this player then gets returned to their owner to be able to be placed again. If someone places there, no one else can play on there. And what that's saying is, this is how many cards I'm going to spend out of my hand in order to take the cards that are next to it. And when you take them, you may shelve them or you may put them into your hand if you wish. So once a round has finished, the tile that's out here that has the lowest number, which is the number 1 in this case, will go up there and will always be available. The other one will get thrown to the discard pile. Any cards that were on it also get discarded, by the way. Starting the next round, we put another 2 tiles out. This is the tile that will get kept at the end of this round. Each tile that comes out has different rules on it and different things. I'm not going to go into them at the moment. I'll probably read them through as I'm playing the game for you during the game display. But that in essence is the game. It will continue on until, if you're playing a 2-player game, there are 16 cards in someone's bookshelf. On a 3-player game, it's going to 14 cards. On a 4-player game, it's going to 12 cards. Once you hit that point, you still play 1 more round, and you really want to use that round to get as many cards out of your hand onto the table as possible, because that's where the points are. Any cards that are still in your hand do not have any points with them. I hope that this helps you get Ex Libris to the table. Please go ahead and watch my game display to get a feel for how the game actually plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.